I didn't know how to tell all you people that we usually have a fifth member of the band. And we just weren't sure when he was going to arrive today. So very exciting. You get to, we're not going to do all those songs in the first set all over again, but if you follow us to Great Falls and Billings for Wednesday and Thursday, you'll get to see how they go with the full band.
Where's the new guy from?
Called the union, said, we need a mandolin player. Someone who's free to roam around Montana with us. No, this is Tom Beckany playing mandolin with us.
Thank you.
Tom and I have been playing together for the last 17 years. So we're going to start with an old-time song, and I wanted to do something that the Stanley Brothers did, and this isn't one that they wrote, but it is one that they sang, and that is because a guy named George Shuffler played with the Stanley Brothers for many years, a wonderful musician, and he passed away this morning, so I thought we would just do this for George Shuffler. The one called East Virginia Blues.
I'll go back to East Virginia. North Carolina ain't my home. I'll go back to East Virginia. Leave no North Carolina alone. Everybody play it.
Amen.
Amen.
There's a higher power. Amen.
Amen.
There's a higher power. When burdens seem to overcome, there's a higher power. Don't be afraid, don't forget them. There's a higher power. Some may try to help you through. There's a higher power. Others will help you spill these too. There's a higher power. Amen.
Amen.
There's a higher power.
Amen.
There's a higher power. There will be tears too many to tell. There's a higher power. Countless joys abound as well. There's a higher power. When even in the darkest hour, there's a higher power. Simply bloom the sweetest flower. There's a higher power. Amen.
Amen.
There's a higher power. Amen.
Amen.
There's a higher power. My brothers and sisters, mark this down. There's a higher power. From where the heavenly crown, there's a higher power. Amen.
Amen.
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 There's a higher power. Thank you. Mr. Lee and Jack, I missed that one. Is it an E or F? E. Okay, good. We have another story song for you now, and before we do this, I'd like to say thanks to all of you for buying copies of our CDs. We really appreciate it. I was just going to bring one little box of CDs, and then I thought, gosh, we're going to be playing 5 shows out there in Montana, and so I brought a whole suitcase full of them, so you can buy as many as you want. This is one that's from the most recent band album, and that album is called Time. And it's a story song that was inspired by a conversation I had with a Bay Area musician. And she was telling me about her grandparents and how the true story of how they came out west. It's one called Lulu and Jack. across the Virginia, planted her violets, expecting forever to stay. Oh, come with me, my English flower. Adventure will make itself clear. Oh, the violets, those beautiful violets, they'll cover the hillsides round here. Still restless by nature and rambling for fortune, Jack ventured with the railroad out west, through Arizona and into California, where he sent for the one he loved best. Jack built them a home and sent letters and missives, imploring his love to appear. Lulu said, I crossed an ocean to be by your side, Jack. This journey's more than I can bear. Oh, come with me, my English flower. Together there's nothing to fear. Oh, the violets, my sweet English violets. How could I leave my sweet violets here? All through a long winter, Lulu felt her own wild street, and she pined for her loving Jack Blue. On train, stage, and horseback, she traveled to him and found violets filled every room. He'd put violets in every room. Oh, stay with me, my English flower. I'll hold you and dry every tear. Oh, the violets, my darling Jack Bloom. You put violets in every room. You put violets in every room. We're going to feature Greg on a tune that he made up. He's going to play it on the dobro for you. And I know some of the story of why he wrote this one. Do you want to introduce it, or do you want me to just kind of ramble away?
We were doing a song on our first tour to Europe with Martino Copo. We couldn't make it with Tom, and so Martino subbed for us, and I missed his plane to Europe. No.
No, that was the other time.
Anyway, that song was called Shaking Down the Acorns, and Kathy was getting ready to record the album before this last one. And, or was it this last one?
Yeah,
it all
was
blends
time.
together.
It was on time.
Oh, it was this latest one, and this song is on the time, the last album that we recorded together. A song called Shuckin' the Acorns. You have to shuck a lot of acorns.
In order to do what? That's always the question. Took Me Away? Sure. All right. We have a song now that I like to think of as a fairy tale. I'm a big fan of fairy tales. I was growing up, I still have my childhood fairy tale book, and I have read it a lot to my daughters. Having two daughters just really gave me an excuse to read fairy tales for another 27 years. It's been great. And the main feature of a fairy tale, so far as I can tell, is there's a damsel in distress, and she gets rescued. So that's what happens in this one called You Took Me Away. Even though I told you to stay away and to do the honorable thing, you listened to the words behind my words, and you came and you took me away. I never will forget the look of the sky, I never will forget the day. You packed 2 bags and you got in the car, and you came and you took me away. You took me away, you took me away, so my heart could sing out loud. And I can breathe, sleep at night, because you took me away. Now I had thought that love could ask me to crawl over broken glass, but love is so forgiving, and love never makes me ask. Now there may not be an answer for every time that we cry, but we'll never cry alone and barely breathe and sit and wonder why. Because you took me away, you took me away, so my heart could sing out loud. And I can breathe, sleep at night, because you took me away. In the other room where the fire is burning bright, there's books and flowers and a big yellow dog, raspberries in a big blue bowl, and I just rock and smile because I'm so happy in my soul. Yeah, because you took me away, you took me away, so my heart could sing out loud. And I can breathe and sleep at night, because you took me away. Oh, because you took me away, you took me away, so my heart could sing out loud. And I can breathe, sleep at night, because you took me away. Oh, because you took me away. Yeah, you came and you took me away. Thank you. Banjo picking. Boy, there was a lady in distress there at the beginning of that song who had to play all the wrong chords.
You made him up?
I made them up, I know. Someone was asking me on the intermission where we're all from, and usually I say that when I introduce the band, but I forgot to. So I'm going to tell you, I spent the early part of my life in Illinois, and I moved to the Bay Area in California to go to college, and I've lived there ever since, and I live in Oakland. And Tom Beckany, who is new to you, but we've known him a while, came here from Albany, California. So we're the California contingency of this band. Annie Stanton, it's born and raised in San Francisco, but of recent times spends at least half her time in Portland, Oregon, too. And Carrie Black is from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, originally Wisconsin.
Originally Wisconsin, yes, and originally Illinois, originally Cincinnati.
Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Cleveland. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. And Greg Well, Greg moved around quite a bit, and I know you spent some of your childhood in Alaska and some in Washington, D.C., and
That's true.
yeah, and
Quite a bit in Alaska since the 60s, and I was there for the big earthquake in 64. We just celebrated our 50th anniversary of the big quake. 9.2, 5 minutes long. They all start little. Now, we have shakers all the time, and I never know when it's going to get big. You know, they start the same. And when we were kids, we used to think, "Oh, wow, do you feel that?" But now I get a big shot of adrenaline. My heart starts pounding.
you should move down to the Bay Area where you wouldn't have to worry about that. Anyway, when Annie's in San Francisco, she and I try and get together and come up with new fun songs to play. And one day she came over and she had a banjo, and so we just played this next song for fun. And then we thought we'd bring it to the band, but you know, we thought about it, and we thought about how she's a really good fiddler, and Greg's a really good banjo player. So we let him kick it off. It's one called "The Banjo Pickin' Girl."
Go
do Trying So Hard. Yeah, okay. We have the newest CD that we brought is a new one that's kind of a solo album of mine, but the band plays on 5 tracks, including this next song that we're going to do. And this is a collection of story songs, because I'm just a sucker for story songs. And some of the stories are more real than others. Some of them are just complete fiction. This one is somewhere in the middle of all of that. Trying so hard to get to you. I pulled out of town, the sun was going down. All I ever wanted was to get to you. I ran out of gas up on a mountain pass. I slept out in my car the whole night through. I stuck out my thumb out in the rising sun. Still my only thought was being with you. I picked up a ride up the mountainside. 7 miles the wrong way, how could this be true? I gotta figure out what this all means. I gotta figure out what this all means. I finally got back on the right track as the sky was turning black. Hungry, tired, and not so very clean. I drove into town, turned around, stopped the car and turned around again. I gotta figure out what this all means. I gotta figure out what this all means. 'Cause your voice on the phone, well, it was a little bit mean. I gotta figure out what this all means. Town, the sun was going down. All I ever wanted was to get to you. I stepped out in a car, baby, this has gone too far. Me trying all night just to get to you. I gotta figure out what this all means. I gotta figure out what this all means. 'Cause the harder I try, the more I wonder why I was trying so hard to get to you. I'm never gonna turn around. I'm gonna gas up and I'm never coming back. Well, I slept out in a car, baby, this has gone too far. And they're trying all night
just to get to you. I finally figured out what this all means. I was trying too hard to get to you. And your voice on the phone, it was awful mean. I finally figured out what this all means. I was trying too hard to get to you. Thank you. Oh, it's a sad, sad story right there. That is downright pitiful. Hey, Tom, you want to play a tune on the mandolin?
Sure.
Okay, which one?
Kentucky mandolin.
All right. Ooh. Remember back when I was talking about Bill Monroe and how we like to play an occasional Bill Monroe song or traditional song? A few years ago, we were part of some celebrations of the centennial of Bill Monroe's birth. And Bill Monroe is the man who invented bluegrass. And he was from the state of Kentucky. And in coming up with all those songs to sing in tribute to him, this tune that Tom's going to play stuck with us. It's one that Bill Monroe wrote about his home state, and we just have enjoyed playing it, so we keep on, even though now it's the 103rd. I don't know how to figure it out. But anyway, one called the Kentucky Mandolin. This is an old-fashioned kind of song, and I say that because it's about two people that love each other and they get separated by time and space.
the way sometimes happens for people that love each other. Now, I don't know, does it seem like we're doing a higher percentage of sad songs tonight? We've done a happy one, didn't we? As long as we've done one happy song, I think we're meeting the requirements. This one's not really, really sad. It's just a little bittersweet. One called The Girl Next Door. I've been dreaming about the girl next door, the color of her hair and the dress she wore. It'll happen again, and it's happened before. Swept away by the girl next door. Swept away, away, and there's nothing I can do. Swept away by the girl next door. We were climbing in a big oak tree. She fell out and skinned her knee. It tore me up the way she looked at me, 'cause I love the girl next door. Swept away, away, and there's nothing I can do. Swept away by the girl next door. Where is the time? Where did it go? Still wonder why, still wanna know. I have seen, can't hold a candle to the next door girl. Where was the time? Where did it go? Still wonder why, still wanna know. Swept away, away, and there's nothing I can do. Swept away by the girl next door. Swept away by the girl. I'm going to sing you a song now that is a prequel to a very well-known song in bluegrass and folk music and country music. And the very well-known song has old roots. It might be a British Isles kind of a song, and there might be a lot more to it than we know. But the version that we know in the United States that's worked its way into folk and bluegrass is kind of a mystery. It kind of starts off and you never really find out how did this situation happen and how does it resolve. And I think one of the things that people love about the song is the mystery. So when I decided to write a prequel, I wanted to kind of, lay the groundwork for what happened up to the song, but not give it away and not wreck the mystery. So here it is. It's one called Snow. So far from home, oh, when winter's coming on. I should have known, but I missed all the signs. Will find my footprints in the snow. When I left home, letter in my hand, I thought I'd be returning soon. If I should grow tired to stand, this falling snow will be my room. years come and go, lost in the snow. I may grow blind from the light. How will I know which way to go, lost in this endless sea of white? How did I get so far from home when winter's coming on? I should have known, but I missed all the signs. Who'll find my footprints in the snow? One long summer, one late harvest, lulled my senses to the change. Will they wonder, ask the questions? Will it strike someone as strange? So far from home, and winter's coming on. I should have known, but I missed all the signs. Who'll find my footprints in the snow? Oh, winter's coming on. Who'll find my footprints in the snow? That was Billy in the Low Ground that Annie played for you. some of you may have figured out that that song was the prequel to a song called Footprints in the Snow. And if you didn't figure it out, oops, I gave it away. But they played a little bit of it at the end. They played the tune Footprints in the Snow. So if you talk to someone who's going to the show in Billings on Wednesday, or in Great Falls on Thursday, or in Bozeman on Friday, don't tell them what the song is so they can be surprised.